The river was dyed red. The earth was dyed red. It was the blood red of the defeated. Why did this happen? No, I don't need to think about it. Even in this war, he was the winner. Because he knew there is no reason to lose anyway. The warriors who became enemies were all fearsome, strong men, but only if they were in a proper fight. You could choose to fight or not to fight. Culture. Later, the concept is called. Although the conquering king looted a star-studded collection of the hidden treasures and treasures, he was probably the only member of the entourage which understood the value of the treasure. For example, art. For example, religion. For example, a story. Frankly, the only thing he was afraid was the two of them. One is a genius who can defeat himself by pure tactics alone. The other is a fierce fighter who can still claim to be the strongest under the king's command. Against both of them, he defied them by his culture. For example, they took the dead body of the king. He performed all kinds of rituals on the corpse he offered sacrifice and organized competitions as if it did to the gods. He did so perfectly that no one could complain about holding the king's body. And with the king's corpse, he was naturally less likely to wage war against him. No other vassal could have done this. He did not let the others take up the cause of war, and brilliantly he did govern the country that he was called savior. Become a victor in war, raise your successor, and live out your natural life. But that's like a dream you can't get out of. You awake, master. Apparently I had a bad dream. I was asleep for a long time. Had you been asleep for a long time? Well, it's been a long time. It ultimately looks like that. It must be night outside. Where is this place? Unfortunately, we are still in the labyrinth. The famous labyrinth of the Minotaur. It is somewhat difficult to get out without Eridine's spread. How is it going to... Can you get in touch with Chaldea? I don't think so. Yes, if Minotaur Lord is correct, the concept should be repelled most interference. Moreover, somehow the labyrinth and castle in the north are halfway merged into one. Makes look strange, but it doesn't cloud its blocking properties in the slightest. I knew that the most dangerous time was right after the castle was dropped, and didn't realize how easy it would be set up like this. It wasn't just Porter's fault. I was trying to keep my guard up too. What's with the aberration? Can't tell you, Potami. Every time if you have a problem with it, say it to your own name. I don't feel any respect for the old man. The master doesn't seem to be in much of a hurry. Because I believe in it. I hear you've been through a lot. You're not a phase of a brave warrior, but you say so. What's the journey of restoration of the human incineration? Did you ask Da Vinci? I acquired some information when I connected to the communication with Chaldea before. The Great Library of Alexandria updated accordingly. Such functions. How could it not be done? Libraries are essentially about keeping up with the new wisdom. My Great Library of Alexandria is another great Library of Alexandria that once existed. At the same time, it's a conceptual no phantasm that collects the wisdom of the world at large, merging with the great libraries of history. When the right opportunity presents itself, the appropriate knowledge will ultimately increase. As many stories have read, yours was partially interesting. Countless spirits of heroes met at many singularities, their battles, their tragedy, their partings. Not many have made such an epic journey, not even the heroes of history. Learn a lot about Chaldea system that supports you, the spells, and the Holy Grail. Is that even possible? I'm sorry, but it's a contract disturbance. I was curious about how the decree was worked. Next to that, I think that Mr. Da Vinci was very wary of me. In any case, he got an amazing amount of trial and error going on in Chaldea. The enforcing decree, we can say marks of the injury in various ways. Write down your own decree. In this case, it's better to call it downgrading. Performance is reduced and replenishment is made easier. The original decree. Your only minimal form. This contracting technique has the original form. The original decree spell would have been far more corrective and would have been demonstrated abilities very close to magic. For example, it said that they had power to make contract servants transfer in space. If that's the case, unfortunately, the spell that was placed on you is much simpler than the original spell. That's why I can always be pledged by JP-rKyECtnz, but its conserved power and interference with the servant is quite low. But kind of substandard use. Direct backup in the form of JP-rKyECtnz facility will be essential, at the very least. Or if the singularity or the object of the command has some influence on the art. Likewise, the chalice you have been collecting have changed from the standard original envisioned by the JP-rKyECtnz. The Holy Grail. Both must be enormous natural resource, but there is a big difference in nature as desired machines. The first chalice recorded by JP-rKyECtnz has nature more closely approximated by the fur magic. Or rather, the chalice itself is due to the fur magic. Fur magic. That was unnecessary. There's no point in letting my guess stir up your feelings. But maybe, just maybe, the chalice of the singularity has more special properties. Special properties. From one year to the next, servantized spirits fights with each other in the magical world. They called a series of rituals in search of the Holy Grail War. Although somewhat anomalous, the current situation of the free contending castle is quite close to this format. But still, the purpose is having free lords of the castle fight. I'd like to hear about that too. Who? What, Taigong. This is Lord Potami and his master bumping into them in the labyrinth is another. What about the body? I'm surprised that your concern isn't your servant Lord Potami. I won't do it. Excuse me? I used the art of shifting at the last minute. This is my specialty. However, he must be in serious condition. The chest drop was also taken away, and this is hard to take. You. Do you want to sign tender the contract? No, let's not, Quicksilver. But I appreciate your kindness. To be honest though, I would like to have played more of the war without the ties, I'll give you that. That fades your surprising turbid resident. Haha, I don't know. You can't cross these times without liking it, so somewhere, you had a friend to say so. How about that, Mr. Potami? No, it's the same. There has never been time as bloody and exciting as that one. Just swallowing the back of your younger king gave me a much vitality. As I could muster just by running together on the battlefield, I could swing my spear as much as I wanted. I'm sure you're right. That's what makes you a heroic spirit. And I know that's why the shadow fall. I guess so. If it had been so much fun, people would not have continued fighting until after the king was gone. After king is gone. That's why Da Vinci said, I was the service of the Iskander the Conqueror. After his death, his subjects, including me, started killing each other, tearing up the territory that reached the point just before world domination. Right, the most worrying thing is that the war, which lasted so long, was spun on in his own way. Undead former close friends manipulate them with conspiracies, inflict cruel tragedies and death, spread misery and sorrow. Still, was having fun somewhere. He even enjoys killing each other with his own people. That must be his caliber as general. So much that war is beautiful wine, and not many people know the sweetness of wine as well as you do. Hey, Taiko, your body. Oops, I guess it's getting tough to keep up. There seems to be a limit to how much we can push ourselves. I'll be ashamed of my name if I did not at least thank you for what I said before so far. Low key point excitation, type 1 shaking Tatsumi area connection. Return to the 4 elephants from the Baker's Gate. Return to Taiji by sleeping by both ye. I'm here though they are on the other side. If I and you are united, he is immediately this way. One last thing. Maybe the same story of Lord Potami, but perhaps the chalice of the singularity is as scattering. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can see that, but you knew that, and you got into that fight. It was, well, wishful thinking, and my men were there. And As long as the chalice drops are real, I can't not choose to leave them in the hands of the others, even if I don't use them myself. Perhaps there is an aspect of kingship. You cannot give it to others without wanting it yourself. So we contend. If it was someone like the master there or something, that would be a different story. It is. Besides, we tried this and that, but so that we could not capture the singularity without getting into a fight. What do you think, same? Yes, the same. Thank you, Taigong. No, you're welcome, well then. For Taiji to 2yi, connect the 4 elephants to produce a Begu. Now my voice is like the wall. Quickly, do it quickly. Mo. We're not in phase. Mo looks unhappy. Hey, this is their castle. I see, even if it was separately summoned Taigong, there's still connection to the 4 unimportant phase that register as its name no phantasm. So you broke the boundary by reeling in its edge. It's the same as what you said earlier about the decree spell. It is magic that's almost magic about to weave it together like this so easily. Taigong is. No sign of him. I heard he disappeared just like that in the aftermath of his servant. Mo. Rest assured, he's not your master, but it can still make you sad. Observe your return. Are you alright, Ryuki? Da Vinci. Once you left the labyrinth, was communication restored? What do we do from here, master? Retrieving the child's drop. That's the only way. The child's drop in the castle north, which you were stolen from us, must be retrieved. Besides, as long as master has the chalice drop, he will be attacked again if he knows our escape. I'm going to hit again and get out. This time we'll end this fight, master.